Hey guys, it's Alex from The Disciples here with another episode of Tap Tuesdays. On a Thursday, we're just going to get ahead and go straight into it. We're continuing our discussion with the ban list that came out halfway through UK Nationals 2023. And yeah, let's just get straight into it.
You want to Banlist shit?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, that was
It
a
was
madness.
round
That was a
yeah.
madness.
six.
Seven.
And everyone was like, and the announcer's like, we have a ban list. Everyone's like looking at their phones.
No. All right. So basically, I watched Jordan like 10 minutes. So I was on my phone, right? And then I saw the ban list before they announced on the other system, and I thought it was one of those fake ones because he never ever had a ban list on a weekend, as far as I can remember. So I thought it was a fake one, and then I went out, and it was a real one. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's a real list!" I think Betty was with me, and then people just started like getting my phone and passing it around. My phone became like public property for a good like 5 minutes, and then they just announced it like middle of the round. People stopped playing their rounds to go look at the ban list.
I don't blame
I'm
him.
pretty sure I only won my round 7 because of that as well.
What?
This is a crazy game. I'm not even going to go into that so much stuff because literally so much happened in this game. But basically, I won that game. For context, sorry, that obviously the ban list came out and people were kind of distracted right in the game. People behind you were talking about the list. We were still playing, but I was like, oh, what's banned? And so clearly there was, a bit of delay to the game. And that game, I'm pretty sure we at least on our table probably had like 2 minutes delayed because of it. If you looked at the clock and realized how much we lost. That game I won in time. My opponent could have, if it was 2 seconds earlier, he would have declared battle phase, but he didn't. He spent a bit too long in the main phase. But basically, to summarize, if the ban list didn't drop in that game, I would have lost.
I would not be on the podcast.
That is crazy.
I'd be in bed. So yeah, shout outs to Konami for win.
Oh, Moffat's LEDs are moving mad, you know.
That's an array.
The gamer
That's
room.
Oh, the gamer room. My
Change your mouth, you.
my round 7 was kind of mad because I was playing against Kashtira Runic. So already there was a lot of weird alarms going off in my head because shit was happening, And then midway right through the round, they're like ban list, and then I'm trying my hardest to concentrate because that was stress. That was stress, bro. Imagine it's just Kashtira.
Runic even do? What does
Bro,
he
I don't
do?
know.
still
I don't understand. I don't understand.
No,
But imagine.
they know something I don't know.
No.
They know
So
something.
imagine, right, big brain. It beats Labyrinth because it has MST as well. That's fucked, isn't it? It's fucked. He had MST for my deck. It was too crazy.
Did you win?
Oh god.
I did. But I was frazzled. Everyone around me was like, there was so many people talking about it. Literally, the table next to me, they weren't even playing. They just got their phones out, were looking at the banners instead of playing their match. And I'm out here stressing hard, trying to win my Yu-Gi-Oh game. And nah. Please, Konami, please, don't do it again. For my sake, at least. For my sake, at least.
Listen, playing Cash, no round took longer than 10 minutes. I was like, Bandits, calm, bro. I finished 10 minutes ago. Let me check.
Let me check.
I was the same with Sprite actually. I just finished games quick. I either lost or I won. It was free.
I think
That's
few
a once
games
in a
went to
lifetime
time.
experience. I think having that.
Yeah.
Drop.
Yeah.
Like, big
It
tournament
was.
like that.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Imagine that happening again. I don't think it can happen again.
I think it would have been better if, I know obviously they can't time it well, but if there's they just started a round until after the ban list came out,
Yeah.
or something like that, or you know what I mean?
They literally did
To be
impact
fair-
games, like my game, for instance.
Yeah. To be fair,
it's
it also
unfairly-
dropped. Sorry, go on.
That's it.
Sorry, I was saying it also dropped in Philly at the same time. In the
Yeah.
US, we were also playing YCS, and it dropped
Yeah.
very
No.
too.
Real talk, I think it's an actually really dumb idea though. As funny as it was, for example, all the content we would make out of nationals is at the moment we're recording it, it's outdated.
Yeah.
I'm recording my deck profile and I'm explaining how we're signing for Super Hag, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I get why they would do it. I think if they did it on Friday, maybe it would be a bit better.
Even a Monday, like
Just why
Yeah,
Sprite? What's the point?
Bro, just mid-round. It was actually crazy. I think I still haven't clicked how mental it was because I was pissed off because I just lost my round.
nah,
Like,
it was
yeah,
such a
crazy.
unique experience, though. I will say that. Like, I don't want it again.
Yeah, but
Please don't do it
that's-
again.
no,
Please don't do it again.
definitely
Yeah.
not.
But it was a
I'm
unique
not gonna lie, being
experience.
around like everyone and talking about the list in person. That
Yeah.
was actually
Yeah, that was quite
cool.
nice. That was
cool. I
We
thought that
never
was nice.
experienced that again. Being in
Yeah.
a room with 1,000 Yu-Gi-Oh players who were all like very much
Live
invested
reaction.
in this Banlist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Good for
speaking
the
of it, then,
companies, like-
what our reactions are we feeling?
Yeah.
To the actual lists.
Need to have a look
Mm.
again.
I liked
It's
it.
so
Um,
OCG.
Yeah,
It's
bro,
O-
they
it
did
is
so
OCG.
well. Did so well to like unclog up the semi limits, and now it's just
Yeah. Oh,
The
that's
same
the only thing I don't understand, man.
These non-hits. So
Yeah.
should we go through it like one by one, like for Forbidden
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, I actually opened it because I don't remember the top of my head.
The Forbidden, Cyberstein, Super Heavy Scarecrow, the Ebolas, a Pointer, and Branded Expulsion.
I like it. Got rid of a
These are
lot
all
of
good
the.
bands.
Is there a
The
reason to
game
ban
is-
Expulsion when you've got Albion? I don't get that. Like,
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which one?
I get it because they want to sell the new
Branded
cards,
Expulsion.
but it's
Yeah,
like
that one I don't really get too much.
Yeah.
Nah, but like a branded explosion is never a card that's used for a good reason. Like it's always up to no good.
Yeah, the only like plus side of it being the the Albion, it's a little bit easier to interact with. It's still not great.
Yeah.
It's still not great, I'll give you that. But like it's
Not
a
great.
bit easier to interact with.
Can't target.
Nah. And you can't banish the thing, so you can always scroll the target. Regardless, like there's some cards like Explosion that I think just the game's always better if you ban them.
Yeah.
It means that they have one less way to gimmick puppet lock me. I don't care if it's like 1 every 10. It means that it's diminishing the chance.
it's a good point. I'd rather the card be banned than illegal. So
There's no.
Yeah,
I think you
you're
could
right.
ban out. I don't know. It's a conceptual thing for remove the list. Like I think a lot more things could be banned. They don't need to be good. They just need to be annoying to get banned.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I hate to bring this game up again, but it's like the Duel Links ban list where a bunch of cards are just at 1 or banned, not because they're good, but just because they're just like stupid and they're
Yeah.
gimmicky. Like the bamboo card that's at 1 because it gives your opponent 2 tokens that they can't use. It's not good, but it's
Yeah.
limited because
it's not
it
healthy.
create-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I was very happy to see Mind Hacker banned, but then
Yeah.
personally I was kind of sad to see Scarecrow banned because low key I did want to play Super Heavy Samurai at some point.
Nah,
I find that deck super fun to play. But that's
I'm
just me.
super happy. The Super Heavy engine was way too good. As someone that played this weekend, it's just silly because
Reason to say that.
nah, it's just like the things like it's not the type of deck that's good for the game. The games are not interactive. It dissolves into do they play yes no, did they win yes no, did they draw your hand traps, like you don't want those kinds of decks. Or like you have to just play a bunch of like high impact cards or shit in other matchups just to have a chance against Super Heavy.
Yep.
A lot of the times it's not the best choice, but you kind of gotta respect because people play it. I didn't expect them to do it, but I was very happy.
Yeah. Because I think it reduces, it takes away a bunch of their starters, right? Like they don't
Yeah.
have any 1-card starters anymore, basically.
Nah, they do it.
They have
Do?
6.
Which ones?
Bike. Wait, no, they have 9, right? Because Bike, Prodigy, and
Akashi, and
Wagon are all 1-card starters.
But it's a lot easier to hand trap. It's a lot easier to hand trap.
It's a lot
what
that
easier.
was
does Wagon
needed,
do?
right? Because
So Wagon by itself is like the Baron Regulus with an Appaloosa, I believe.
Yeah,
I could be
you
wrong.
you can go Wagon, add a level 4 guy, make Gear Gigant, and add Wakashi.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
sure.
still
Okay.
right.
Okay.
But the deck just gets a lot worse into hand traps. The Scarecrow just bait the hand trap for free every time.
Yeah.
every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
like-
that deck's just a lot worse.
Yeah.
Because now the wagon doesn't just like go into Baron like before you commit anything else, right? So that was the big thing. Like it would just make Baron before you could commit to anything else. And
Yeah.
there's no way to interact with them. And it's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Nah, and now the boards are also smaller, so you can even try to break them if you still play the
Yeah.
deck. I don't think the deck is good from first glance,
No.
Yeah.
but I definitely a good hit. This is the kind of thing Konami usually doesn't. Very happy they did.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. They've shown that they're willing to hit problem
Yeah.
cards, even if they're new. I mean, Bacardi's
Yeah.
new, but Prodigy's new. Like,
My
Yeah.
it's a bit of a weird take. My only takeaway I have from this ban list is I don't like the timing of it. I do, but I don't. Like, I think it either should have come before all of the nationals, or it should have been put so that it's legal after the end of the nationals.
Yeah.
Because I think it kind of throws out the people that have got like French nationals, which is like probably 2 weeks, I think. And I think that
Yeah.
just it means any testing.
Yeah.
It just invalidates any testing prior.
yeah.
I do think at least it gives us a bit more time to prep for Euros.
Yes.
If we got a ban list, for example, after German nationals, we'll have like 2 weeks to prep for Euros, which I think is a bit tight. I don't think they did fumble it. I think they should have released the list just before national season. But yeah,
Well, the thing is,
I don't mind it.
sorry, I was just gonna say I'm not. The thing is, I don't think it's even bad timing now. I just think it shouldn't be. Maybe shouldn't be effective for like a couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's
could be.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I'm really happy with the Diablos sis
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
because I think
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
bit that made me hate playing as Kashtira.
100%.
Even Rise Heart's like it's ignorant, but it's like it's not the end of the world, right? But
Just a
then
bit-
when you're losing like all your like one half of your board is lost, and you've lost 8 cards from your deck, basically, it's just a bit ignorant.
I think doesn't that ban stop you from like locking multiple
Yeah.
zones?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
So you only get like one zone lock, right? So
Yeah.
it should open the door to like more things because I think a couple of things like pendulums were like gate kept by things like Shangri-La locking both pendulum zones.
Yeah.
Nah, and one of the big problems is that Cash was very hard to prepare for because they can just do too many different things. Like sometimes they would go super wide, sometimes they will just make a rise pass. Now they have even less benefit on going wide.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to prep when they try to do the same thing every time. And the Avos was very annoying because there's so much variance added to it. Sometimes you'd have a breaker, Diablos would just hit like 2 of your engine one-offs and just lose.
Mm.
So yeah, shout out to Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch, Branded Beast, Cyframe Driver,
Yeah.
and the gang.
Yeah, that is going to be nicer for deck building in general,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I did think that the actual dynamic was actually kind of interesting. I didn't mind it that you had to play doubles of actual deck cards. I actually liked that. But the main deck benches this.
Yeah.
So,
The main is just unfair. It was because it just chips you away. It's variance too. Like
Card was so broken.
Mm.
Took
Yeah.
my gamma. Nah, the Diablosis would snipe my gamma burst away, and that was scary at one point. Yeah, what? Why? For fuck's sake, Sandra.
Bankrupt, if I say any Yu-Gi-Oh card, can you just pull it up?
No comment. No comment.
Super heavy
Yeah,
samurai,
Balbaboon.
Prodigy, Wakaushi.
Got it. He's got it. He's
Oh
got
no.
it.
I
No,
have
he
to
just-
I don't have it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Henry. Chaos Angel.
I don't own my card.
Ah,
it only works for cards under 50 cents.
They have to be a
Old
common.
cards. Old cards.
Let's try.
Everything over 50 cents got sold in the trade group already.
Let's try.
Yep.
Can we try Melfi Puppy?
Nah, sorry.
Nah, it's
Nah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
try.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
try, let's try.
We need to
You're
work
actually
on
training him like a dog. That's crazy.
Yeah, like a puppy, brother.
Limited. No, there's another. So, two other hits, real quick. A Pointer, Cyberstein are very similar to Explosion, I think.
Mm.
I don't think either of those cards are a problem, but the game is just better. Has anyone ever beat a Pointer and go like, damn, that's a fun card?
I like a
Pointer is
pointer.
just
A
unfair.
pointer got me to top cuts.
same. It got me a win.
Yeah.
A Pointer is just a silly ass card. It's just like, hand knowledge shouldn't be a thing.
You know what's
Rough.
better than one pointer? 2 pointers.
Yeah.
Take the
Round
first
10.
best card in the hand, and you take the second best card. In the hand.
Oh,
Round 10, I FTK'd my opponent. He'd roll me. I was like, okay, I've got talented pointers. You're playing 3 cards for 3 worst cards in your hand. Good luck.
I think
used to it.
Like the Appointer ban did take me by surprise. I think it should have just been banned last list if they were going to go for it, but I think
It
it's
should have
like
been banned
half
instead of
measure.
going to 1 whenever it went to 1. I can't remember when.
Yeah,
it was.
that was literally last list. I'm pretty sure.
What was it?
No. I had 1
Couple
pointer
far.
in my deck for Utrecht.
Yeah. It was after
Oh,
Euros. It was released after
Oh,
Euros.
fine.
When like Curious was banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like danger tier. And Cyberstein's a card that never ever was used for a good reason.
No,
yeah.
no, that
What do you mean
card-
it's summoned Kit Kalos, bro? When you got
Well, that's not a good reason. To be fair,
That's a good reason.
that's the fairest use of cyberside I can think of.
Yeah.
Everything else was always some bullshit.
That's saying something that the fairest use for it was summoning a banned fusion monster.
Nah, it's just that like when Super Heavy Samurai was making gimmick puppet lock, something was wrong.
Fakar was always being used for nefarious means. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Again, up to no good. It's the kind of card that's always up to no good.
So looking to limited.
right.
Limited.
The most important hit I think on this entire list, Mathmech Circular to 1. I was
Good.
beyond happy. I didn't care about
Sorry,
anything
Leon.
else. Sorry,
I was
Leon.
in
But
tears.
I want the Mathmech bozos out of my life, you know. Like the amount of times I'm just chilling at locals, I'm chilling. Next round, oh fuck, it's that guy on Mathmech again.
That kid that's playing.
Bro, I'm snoring because he's got 4 hand traps circular, and then for turn he's gonna draw an engine card.
And it's always circular because there's a very
It's
big
always
difference
circular.
between searcher for circular and circular. You can't interact with circular. It sets for a cost, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I hate Yu-Gi-Oh, man. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy with that one.
What about other hits? All of the
No,
limits?
with circular. No, circular, right? Like Baby's first combo deck, as Gabe said. It's just
Baby's
the
first
worst
combo
thing
deck.
ever. The amount of times I spent like just ashing Signet mining and fucking negating it first thing. I was not trying to catch smoke or anything. But I had a full board. I was like, I need to play around evenly. He goes sign it. I'm just like, fuck it, carrot the game. I'm not having this. Like fuck off, bro. Like,
I'm convinced playing Mathmech, you can like make so many misplays and still win. I think in Swiss you can make 50 misplays with Mathmech and top.
Until there's someone Bestial Magnamut.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh no.
That's the jump scare of the jump scares.
Yeah, so I like that. What else got hit? Gamma Chuan. Why? I hate it. I hate it so much.
Not too fast on that.
It's so that
It's
the
pretty
side
bad.
frame bozo at locals on a Thursday night, he can still play his side frame deck casually before he wakes up for the regional on the weekend. Like that's it.
I'm in the
Real
camp.
talk. Go on.
I think I'm in the camp that thinks that's a really good hit actually, because I think cards like Gamma, when you're looking at cards like Gamma, Called by the Grave, what they're used for, like they take away the sort of drawback of playing like something like a combo deck.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even when you use it as like a hand trap going second, it's like one of the most high impact
Nah, I'm
hand
pissed.
traps.
Yeah.
I think the Gamma
I
hit's alright, because like it can promote FTK Yu-Gi-Oh when you're starting. Your opponent interacts with you as a hand, and you Gamma them. The game's done. Like the game is so done. Like it's like
I agree. But I think with hand traps at the moment, we have like complete floodgate hand traps, like Droll and Shifter, and we have like fair 20-10 hand traps, like Vela, and there's like no in between. Like we need like more good hand traps, I think. And I think like Gamma was one of the only good ones. So
I also
it's a
don't-
shame it's a one.
Yeah, I don't hate the Gamma dynamic, because I think there is a skill, and when you actually should respect Gamma, and when you actually just need to play into it,
Agreed.
sometimes people are overly cautious of, oh, I'll never action an open board, and then you just lose, even if they don't have Gamma, because you just didn't action the correct spot, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like, you always need to be aware. It's a very swingy card. I think it's a skillful card to play, because you can like open your own field. Will commit this card. Like there was a game that I didn't normal summon an Ari because I wanted to hold my Gamma in hand. I thought it was more valuable from the hand that I had. So I think it's cool. That being said, it also promotes a bit of 50k Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes. That on the other flip side, that like the extra, I'm like, okay, I trash this. I got Gamma. I just get like shut on.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that bad. I think the biggest plus is no driver.
That is true. Oh yeah, that's another problem to be fair. It's a bit of a high variance card because
You have to play driver with it.
you have to play a Garnet, and the other Gammas are Garnets, so sometimes you just break on multiples and.
Also now, doesn't it just climb up to Baron after you Gamma if you have like that engine with the Stardust XL?
But now
Yeah.
you can
No,
play one
before,
Gamma, one driver.
One
And that
driver,
means
let's
that when you resolve your Gamma, you've got no more bricks in deck. It's insane. Think about the value.
awareness. We've been
think about
talking
the
about
value.
it.
I'm going to ash someone. They're gonna gamma me, and I'm going to flip a table. It will happen, right? Like even though at some point it's bound to. But yeah, that's an interesting hit. It's gonna be interesting seeing how the game goes. 'Cause we're so used to playing gamma in every single format.
Yeah.
I haven't actually even browsed that you're out of Gamma Go Limited. Just remembered.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Shout out to my
Gamma.
fallen soldier Connor Zhao, who has only just bought 3 collector's rare gammas.
Oh, now he has AAA stats. That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. And also, if anyone wants to sell collector's rare gammas, I would like to buy some. I will buy them at £50 each.
I'd like to buy one.
Smile. Then I want to save the Synchro Monster till last, personally. Then there's
We could talk about Rise Up, I guess.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Shit hit. Konami doesn't know how to hit decks once again.
To be fair, a Rise
bad
Up I
hit,
don't think
bro.
does much. Diablos was massive.
Yeah.
Diablos was mad. Rise Up 1, sure. Like,
Who cares?
I do,
I-
however, say that I think the Kashtira mirror match, that makes it like super shitty, right? Because if you just like,
I disagree. I like almost never summon Horizon in the mirror match. I'll be honest. I actually don't think it's that big.
I'm gonna
I
play
think it is
just
big.
Unicorn in any
Do you
deck,
think it's
so
big,
I can
Marcus?
loop
Yeah,
your
because-
heart.
Because, like, they go, my opponent, if my opponent loots my Rise Up, they can just Shangri-La for fun. Now,
That's true, actually. That's a good point.
it's
Yeah,
like when my opponent Shangri-La's me, the best line, any of my Kashtiras turns into a Rise Up, and that Rise Up turns into a Zeus, which is the fear.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they could have hit Cash better than Arise. I'd like to have seen
Birth.
a Birth. I think another consistency hit would actually be more relevant because Cash consistency is right on the edge of playability.
Yeah.
I think
I feel like, for example, if you hit like Prosp and something else, if you hit Birth,
Nah, I
Glad they
disagree.
didn't hit Prost. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
hate hitting Dex consistency because, like, you're still going to lose to Cash. You're just going to lose to it less often.
nah, but it doesn't mean it diminishes your card quality. For example, I think Prosp would be a very decent hit this format. I think Prosp is the card, and I think it would fix make Cash considerably worse. One of the real reasons being Cash is very good because Cash played Prosp very well. But yeah, I don't love Arise. I think it's gonna be almost irrelevant. Delicious Memory 1-1.
Oh,
Feels a
I
bit
hate this
premature.
hit. I hate this. hit.
Pearly deck
It's a
vibes.
bit rough early gamers. We got to sell that amazing defenders box, babe.
No, to be fair, when we get
Mikanko rise up.
when we get the XYZ or Sleepy Mary, the deck gets decent
Put the
again.
cards away.
Marcus, do you want to just crack it?
Yeah, next video.
I could start cracking packs this video. It's okay, but
Right.
I stated that open my nuts box.
Yo.
Boxes.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the Purdy hits a bit bit like too early. For example, Super Heavy is a deck that I think it's fine to hit because I think it's just a silly deck. When I play Purdy, I don't think that I'm playing against oppressive Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I think Pearly's
Would
one
it
of like the
be
most
so?
healthy decks we've had for like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's skillful, it's fun, it's not oppressive, no floodgates. Yeah, sorry,
If
go
you
on.
consider that you're hitting super heavy and you're like making Cash a bit worse, you think
That's why
like
it's there, isn't
I don't have like a whole lot of experience on this format moving forward, but like wouldn't Pearly like sort of
No.
have an over centralizing effect despite
Nah.
not being like that good?
I
don't
think
think so.
you are overestimating these fairy fucks, bro. They're so shit.
That deck
No,
is
I
bad.
think they're very skillful. Like I think to play the deck, they have a lot of interactions which promote card knowledge, and you kind of have to work for it. Like work and gaining resources, work and not losing. Like since it has weaknesses, you work around playing around those weaknesses. So I think it rewards like both players. I think the deck was good. Like I don't think it was oppressive too much. Of course, the 5-Mark Noir, the thing, but I think it has enough weaknesses.
yeah, I think it did need some form of hit. That's my
Really?
point. I think it
Nah.
needed something, but I don't think it needed. I think hitting Delicious is pretty insane.
Yeah.
I
But I think maybe
yeah.
I think this might be a thing where they might just not release a ban list in the future. You know, because they have a new Purrely XYZ. Maybe they're thinking, why don't we just preemptively hit them?
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest reason.
The deck is near unplayable until the next main set. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think.
Like the hit's fat big.
Wait, is there more cards coming out for? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're really good.
yeah. 2 broken
Sleepy
cards,
memory.
by the way.
Like, there's a guy that can attach sleepy memory. You know how they have to attach the same name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sleepy memory's
Oh,
broken one.
okay. I'm gonna
The-
read
the-
the cards then.
And that
Yeah,
one's
the
very
problem-
good.
The problem the deck has right now is that you actually have no guarantee way to get your plug during your turn. Because the way you should be Lily for my friend, and my friend reveals True Delicious. Now you actually have a 33% to hit it, or you have to draw it, or you have to hit it off the Vanilla Purrely.
Yeah,
It's actually
It's
kind of
very
grim.
odd. So it means like you're like always ending on like Beauty Trap. So you like lose to like Book of Moon, you lose to like so many things. Yes.
No, and if you go for a trap, you don't go for my friend, then you don't have follow-up, you don't have protection.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah,
I really,
yes.
that
Yeah,
new Pearly trap is cool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like next set. That's fake Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
But another unnecessary hit is Natura Sacred Tree. What did Natura do? What did Natura do to anyone? I don't know why. I've always thought the Natura cards were cool.
How did someone look at Runic Tip and a Trio Sacred Tree and were like, yeah, Sacred Tree?
It's Sacred Tree's fault. But the
Just-
fact too on that note.
Oh, damn. Woohoo! I don't think Secret Tree is actually a card that has potential problems. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but it is a non-once per turn card that triggers off to hit in the graveyard anyway. So I get it, but not really.
Yeah.
He left one limited card right for the end. Betty. It.
Oh wait, let me do it. I can do the Bancroft thing.
I can
Wait,
do
let me
the
do, let me do the thing. Let me do the
I
I'm
look
Bancroft.
so
at the
slow,
blaster,
bro.
right?
So slow.
That's
Let's
not
go.
faster.
This card is like a top 5 Betty Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm kind of happy it's back. It's dog though. I don't think it does anything. Like I think it's cool. Like
Oh,
I
it's
think
so
it'll
exciting.
do something,
Oh.
but I think it will do something at some point. I'm just not sure. Like I feel like you've got to build a deck around playing it. It's a bit
I'll play
weird.
like 5 bricks just to make the card work. I can't do this.
Sorry, okay.
Add bricks as
Number
well.
one student, you go ahead.
Thank you. I hate that they brought Danglong back. Looking back, I think
You,
that is-
stop where you're at.
I have like three lists on DB with Danglong combos already. It's bad for my mental health. No, okay. I just don't like that they bring. This is a conceptual problem. There's a types of cards that just shouldn't be brought back. Nothing. It doesn't get better with Danglong in it. It's like when they brought back Snow, right?
Yeah.
Even if Danglong doesn't do anything, there's no net positive to the game for this card existing. And in the worst case, someone's gonna figure out some cracked shit, and then you're gonna play her back playing those decks with 60 cards, 10 bricks. Oh no.
I have 2 of those already. One has Apple Dragon.
I've
Apple
got
Dragon
one ready for locals tomorrow, boys.
Apple
Same.
Dragon.
Oh,
It
Apple
charges
Dragon.
into Denglong.
Oh,
Henry, you haven't seen crack until you went Runic Spell, summon Hilgen, pitch a card, get Fountain. Normal summon Steam the Cloak, make Danglong.
Yo.
Oh, Steam's at 3 as well.
To be fair, my deck also has Steam.
Oh, I'm so far behind you guys. No.
No.
But my deck has Wakashi in it though,
Yeah, same.
and it has Ashuna,
You know what I can do though?
and it has
The- Danglong coming back means that I can play a regional, make a base 3.0 video, and that's like 15k views on some Metafy sessions.
Yo, the D becomes Denglong now. That's crazy.
Oh shit, yes!
That's right.
That's what you were talking about.
In.
Base.
Wait, as this for Steam.
Fucking hell. No, B is for Blackwing.
Oh,
Oh,
This is for super heavy.
S is for super heavy. We've got so much technology, boys. We've got it.
the technology.
The techers.
G- give me a week.
Right, let us reconvene in the pile section of UEG.
But yeah, just going through the rest of the list, I guess, real quick, because Orange Light, I don't want to talk about
Semi-limited
it.
list. Oh, this is another. This is a semi-limited section. This one doesn't make them. This is. I really hate this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same.
Bro.
Like, I think it's
Ah.
so unnecessary a lot of times.
I hate all of it.
Lightning Storm. What the fuck, man? No, like, what is this?
I want to give a shout out to True Runic Fountain. I want someone to find a topping list in the last year that plays 3 Runic Fountain.
I reckon I could. Bet.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean, maybe
But you don't need 3 though. 2 is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
no, maybe there's a Runic Stun. Oh, we played 3 for track actually.
Yeah, you also did. Yeah, that's
I
because
think-
you played Desires.
Yeah.
I'm a draw 2.
I think they messed up and put Fountain instead of Tip, and they just said, "Yep, that's it." I think that's my theory. I think they just fully were like, "Yep."
The OCG put Fountain to 2 as well. It's crazy.
They?
Yeah.
They did it in a Master Duel as well, I think. So like,
Bruh.
It's
actually
just
mad.
consistency.
Anti-theory.
I'm.
Anti-theory.
Do you know
It's forcing people to deck build correctly.
what made me the saddest was seeing Engage at 2, personally.
Nah, never
I love it.
It does.
Also-
Let's go.
It gaslights people. It gaslights.
It gaslights
does,
people. It
but-
really does.
it does,
really
but
does.
I hate playing as Striker. I hate it. It's actually the same feeling I get when I play against Runic decks as well, to be honest.
Nah, I love playing against Striker. Have you heard they printed Magnum? Imagine this guy goes Shizuku past, you end phase Magnum with his Ray. Like,
Game's over.
Nah,
Gee.
but like, for me, bruh, it's the same as the Runic deck, the Striker deck. They start their turn. They have 3 cards. They've hand trapped you twice. Maybe 3 times. Then they just they have 8 cards on field, 6 cards in hand, and I'm just like, how? How did this happen?
How did this
it
happen?
does mean that we can go back to the bad beat stories of Engage, draw Engage.
Oh,
Card.
Too
End
powerful.
phase. Set engage. Add engage.
And
Good.
engage. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much.
I hate that shit.
I think
Unicorn
it's just
yeah.
in general, it seems like purgatory where it's a bunch of cards that are like on their way to 3 and a bunch of cards that are on their way to 1.
Mhm.
And I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I hate that. Because if Engage goes to 3, I'm going to kill myself. Like, I'm actually just...
Bet your suicide watch because engage to 3.
I'm also doubly pissed because Ulti Ray went up in price, and I'm still missing 2.
Is it?
I've got 7. I need 2 more for the page. Oh, I'm pissed.
How much are they?
They're like 50s now. They were like 30s though.
Come on, bro.
Oh.
That's not paying rent.
Nah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I think the most relevant metagame one is probably Unicorn Chuchu.
Mm.
I know it actually does matter a tiny bit though. Like Cash's consistency was questionable, and you do lose the best starter in your one of the best starters in your deck. Because it was very hard to beat Cash when they drew a monster specifically, because the monster was so hard to interact with. Like if they TOs as they blurf, well, field spell you at least can interact with.
I think
So-
also, from my Cash Terror point of view, I also found like I've happily searched the third unicorn from my deck. Like I've needed to search off Fenrir, I've needed to search off Planet, and I'm sure that's hurt the deck a bit because once the 2 unicorns are engraved, the Fenrir search kind of doesn't do much.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it makes Desires harder to play as well, which is something that some people played. Because Desires would get a lot better than Farmatura de Bolosis, for example. Yeah.
Right.
Anything relevant came back to 3? Oh, I think
We've got
Steam
that
the
Sprite.
Cloak. What?
Wait, we
Brother?
didn't talk about all the semi-limits. There's like
Oh shit, yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot.
Lightning
Sorry.
Storm.
Lightning Storm to 2 is a bit weird, but I'm happy because I only own 2 secrets anyway, so...
There you go.
Pluses.
I didn't like that hit. I thought it's
Yeah.
just weird, bro. Like, I mean, you
Yeah,
can actually
it's a
play
weird
3
one.
harpies now instead of 4.
Four. Yeah. Then started to 2. Just getting me today. Like,
It doesn't matter. When you somehow gamma the beaver, they will still have starter.
The one
I'm
of
so
Gamma.
shocked.
Gamma.
Yeah,
You're one gamma.
the one gamma, they will have the truth of starter.
One gamma, two starter. You can't complain, bro.
Oh,
I'm just so
no.
shocked. They hit it so like little. Like Sprite had won so much leading in the last format,
Yeah.
and they decided to like put a tap on the wrist.
I don't
That
get
doesn't
it.
really make sense.
Purrely got neutered. The dog was taken to the vet and neutered.
Yeah,
But
but to be
Sprite
fair,
has been winning nationals and winning the last YCS.
yeah,
got-
I don't mind Sprite though. I think like Sprite's the kind of deck that's fine for the game. Like I never queue into Sprite and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get god comboed by this guy ending on Melfi Caddy.
The thing I hate about Sprite is it's just like it also doesn't feel like your hand traps ever do anything. Like,
Yeah.
which maybe that's a sign this format's getting a little bit better. It might be a board breaker type format, which is nice. But like, it always felt like unless you draw Gamma, like their normal summon, then they have blue, then they have Jet, then they have red,
Yeah.
then they have like Gigantic, and then blah, 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 blah. And it's just like
Then
you can't do anything. Like,
you can't hand trap Sprite because all they do is summon Melfi Caddy.
bruh, true. Cannot say
Yeah.
no to the cat.
I don't
Orange
mind
light.
Sprite.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Orange light's a bit.
Yeah.
Shout
Fine.
out Dr. Nick.
What?
Then for the last section, there's, I think, for at least in my opinion, I feel like Birdman, Lotus, Recital Starling don't matter.
That doesn't matter.
All of it is fine. All of it is
Yeah,
fine.
Obviously, quick
And the
fix
only
doesn't
one that's
matter.
cool is Trace Off. I think everything else is like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
I think Steam the Cloak's probably the most likely to do things.
Yeah.
Steam is a very good card still.
That card is 3 bodies.
Yeah, like Steam is still like a Romulus and a token. Like it does a lot of stuff. So I can see Steam being problematic because now we have Apple Dragon, we have a bunch of like tokenish support. We got Dang Long back, like no the Pios
Based.
base. YouTube revenue.
No, the A is the Apple Dragon. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Wait,
We're getting
Get
there.
in there.
wait, boys. So Steam, you make Romulus, you get the token, then you can Ravine dump Apple Dragon, and Apple Dragon summons a token, right?
You could you could for example Ravine dump the Strudel pop Ravine add any field spell.
Apple Dragon, right?
Uh,
You can only summon a token with Apple Dragon if you've summoned a Synchro that turn.
yeah. No, like I think if you dump the Strudel, you can add the cash field spell, and you can special summon Rise Heart. You can manage 3 cards from the top for opponent's deck, and you can make Red Raptor Evolution Falcon. And you can use this effect to summon Zephyros.
Jump scare.
Uh,
I think, personally, although I don't think I'll do anything, I think Quick Fix at 3 is cool, because if they ever accidentally Multiplan falls off the ban list, I will happily combo, and I still need to find my Spiral Core, because it's somewhere in my bedroom.
Bro, one day some intern's gonna press the wrong button. We're gonna accidentally lose us.
I can't say
Fuck.
that. Stay
Fuck,
out of
bro.
my game.
Actually, fuck.
Get out of my game.
Get out of my game.
You're gone.
Be gone.
Remember how silly like multiple quick fix was like back when the best link monster in the game was Proxy Dragon?
Bro,
Like he must do some bullshit now.
If that was pre-Link Karibo, that's actually mad. That's
Bruh.
mad.
Like you used to make the code talker.
Bro, think about all the
No,
recital
it
starlings you can make, and then you can bird combo halfway through your spiral turn.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Make them Topic Drago. No, please. Not
yeah.
Again. Not
I've-
again.
Not again. I think that Draco Face Off is actually right.
Does it come in anything higher than common? Oh, it's a super rare, right?
I think it's a Notia Super. I think Draco Face Off is the kind of card that can never be played at 1 because, well, Vector sucks.
You have to play.
But it's very good if you get like it's a bomb. It's a quick play. It's like a +2 basically because you summon a guy and you get a guy to the actual deck and the guy has effect. So yeah,
You
cool.
can summon the
cool.
guy as well.
Can either
Yeah.
summon it or put it in the scale. So
Yeah,
Brave plus Draco Face Off. Let's do that. Yeah.
Julians. That's why you know it.
I really like Draco Slayer as a deck. I think those cards are very cool. And it was
It's also
technically
less gate cap now because
Yeah.
Astro hit, so it could probably make a resurgence.
To be fair, I really like the list in a way because I was thinking today, even though I told myself I'll take a break before thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh again. And there's a lot of things I want to try. There's a lot of things I'm excited to try. Between the cards that came back, the cards that are released, the things that Super Heavy and Cash Gate capped a bit. So in a way, if the Banlist got you excited to play, it's a job, right? So
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Agreed.
Yeah. And we have Vanquish Souls in like 2 days. It comes out.
I have not read the cards.
Yeah, same.
Bancroft. Oh, I was gonna say, do I need to read them, Bancroft? But he said same.
Yeah, same. No, I've read like some of them, and I was like, oh, dead CBA.
Oh.
I know they have a link one, so I'm gonna read the link one and make my decision based on that.
Based
When
on
it's-
link one, that's
Wait,
fair
so
enough.
when it's summoned, it adds a Vanquish Soul from grave to hand. I lied, I have read them.
It's probably fine. Like,
Yeah.
That's mad, bro.
Um,
Like I was expecting like it summons one from deck and then like does some shit. It's like Scarecrow levels.
Also, quick effect on your opponent's turn, they can summon one from hand. I'm pretty sure.
Andre said that the deck was cool. It was like a mid deck, like mid tier deck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but if you don't know how to play against it, it might be cool.
It has synergy in the OCG because half the cards are combo if you open them with Max C. Because we need to like pair with like attributes in your hand and like it's earth, fire, and dark. It's like if you see like Max C, that's actually combo, which is kind of
Just play Bell.
yeah.
Nah,
but yeah.
deck.
Yeah, but the one thing is like the Lab did go untouched. I think like Lab and Sprite kind of just scraped out. So there's stuff there. It's gonna be very interesting watching the two nationals that are after the Banlist, which I think is French and German,
Yeah.
because those are kind of the defining factor you have for Heroes.
nah, man,
And
Sprite got
Denmark.
hit. It lost its two best matchups in Cash and Super Heavy.
Oh, true fair. Every deck lost its best matchup, which is Purrely.
True.
So Sprite's in the gutter, bro. Like,
As a UK player, I would like to point out that Rickus and Avalon has yet again gone untouched.
Got my
As-
Sunseed.
As the my guy Sunseed, as the only nation in Europe that can play this deck, we will stay strong, brothers. It's okay.
It still doesn't make sense. It will
Look how
never
we
make
believe.
sense. I've been shit talking it for 5 events in a row, and every time I'm wrong, and I've still agreed that it doesn't make sense.
Oh nah,
Same.
it was my favorite Saturday night of London. So Gabe's gone home after like round three or four. And then-
Four, okay? Rough times here.
And we were all staying at the Airbnb, and I get back after 9 rounds of Swiss, and Gabe just looks at me and is like, "You motherfucker, how did you do it?" like, how did you do it?
I just refuse to believe these people have not read the cards still.
They still
No.
haven't.
No, and if you think it should work even less in the UK, because there's so much of it in the UK that these people in this country should have read the cards.
Even Betty has not read the cards.
Bruh,
Watch
imagine-
match against Tom Rose.
bro, I still, honestly, I don't actually know what happened. It was his smile, man. He smiled at me, and I just lost my ability to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I played, I think, the single worst game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have played since probably the last time I played Tom, to be fair. I think it's Kryptonite 2.0. But,
Smile, man.
yeah, like, it was, no, it was... Imagine he normal summons Seed. I'm like, calm, I have Nibiru in hand. That'll be enough. I also have Lovely Lady, Stovey, Big Welcome, so I could just compulse the Seed for combo. But instead, I'm gonna Nibiru him. So I activate Nibiru. Then, it's like everything flashed before my eyes. And I go back to the Friday afternoon, where I'm helping Tom build his deck. And I literally see him put Cross Out and Nibiru in his main deck. And then I just lose. I just die on the spot. Like, it was over. Nah,
That's from cringe.
bruh. Yeah. Tearing up while I think about this. But, yeah. So we got Euros in basically a month now, right? It's 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about, like first thoughts, or just like how we're gonna prepare for it?
I think new decks are always like a good angle, like creating something new, going into an event with like so many high quality players, like having something that they're not familiar with helps. So that's probably going to be on the things to test.
I'd like to test this. I've got a list of stuff I want to have a look at. Sadly, it does mean I need to buy cards, and I don't like that. But we move. I'm quite happy because Dragon Link almost feels playable, and it's been a hot minute since I played that, and Gabe just woke up.
Gabe just.
I've been summoned. It's like it's a wake up word, you know.
Yeah. How many Metafy sessions did you have booked once this Banlist dropped?
Oh shit! I actually haven't opened my Metafy.
Crazy. My plan is 2 weeks before the event, I will read the new dinosaur cards
and then he was summoned Sprite Blue.
that was summon Sprite Blue. No, you know what? No,
Play
you know
Dino.
what? Maybe.
Take a look.
Yo, we got another one. Let's go. Dragon Link.
Nice. Nah, you know how big.
Oh shit! It's actually Dragon Link.
Maybe it's
Fuck's
level
sake.
2. So,
Oh, baby's a level 2. Oh man, I really wish. Okay, I really wish they put Misk to 3. I think Misk is a very fun card.
Which card, sorry?
Miscellaneousaurus.
Oh,
Nah.
no, shut up.
I already have enough jump scares when they go Lost Moldovi. Let alone when Misk is in the entire mix too. I'm just like like what do I do? Mom, help! Like
You haven't seen Fear if you haven't played Dino in Dino format. It's crazy.
the plus side is I can now ignorantly ash Fossil Dig out of just being terrified. So
You're gonna get hit by a 1 Gamma boss. I actually think Dino's the one deck that might actually play it.
yeah.
it needs it, bro. It fucking needs that
It
shit.
needs it.
But that
Me and Cormac were talking about it. We were like, "Oh, Dino got hit the most on this list because they lost the Lightning Storm into Gamma."
Not again. But
Not
I
again.
think it's really cool going to Euros format. There's a
Yeah.
lot of decks that are viable. They might all still just get cash tiered somehow, smile. But
yeah, that's the worst. Isn't it?
but I think there's a lot of cool stuff that can happen. And we've got a month. I'm gonna book in a spot at the Airbnb in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how it goes.
Training camp.
Training camp.
Training camp, the boot camp episode 4 or whatever it is
Yeah.
at this point.
And then
Although one thing I know we kind of overrun. I just wanted to talk about real quick. I'm very proud about how we did as a group this event.
Mhm.
I think it's in the last year, it's probably the event we prepared collectively the best.
yes, agreed.
And I think the results show it, even if it's UK nuts. I think like most people play the competent list, most people are playing competently, and it shows by
Yeah,
the people that top and the way people topped. So a round of applause to us.
yeah.
For
I think between our I think between our testing circle, I think between our testing circle, if it was a top 64 cut, I reckon between like in the entire testing circle would have been between like around 15 people.
Yeah.
I reckon would have topped, which would have been like a really good achievement. Obviously there's 6 of us on the team, 10 from the circle that topped. And we know, I feel like we prepared correctly. There are ways we can improve, but those ways we can improve have been realized, and I think that just makes our testing for Euros that bit better, if that makes sense.
because I think even if it was a YCS, we still have done well. Of course, probably in Lask is just harder and it's more diluted, but still, it's not about the result itself. It's about actually really, really enjoy the process. So I guess we're just winning back-to-back Euros. Yay!
IKEA moment.
Might get it to someone else this time.
Oh damn!
I'll
how kind of you.
I'll take that.
Zeus.
Oh,
Stop it.
I think the fact that we use the soundboard is a sound that we need to end this podcast.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
But yeah, so
I
yeah,
can see you looking at it. Don't do it.
it's been a great weekend with everyone. Massive congrats to everyone that did well from our group and everyone else watching. If you did well at UK Nats this weekend, congrats to you. Shout out to Joe White for his top 4. That was probably the craziest part of the weekend for me.
Yes, first off the Swiss.
Jess first after
And
Swiss.
top 4.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All the way to top 4. I again, as a
Do it
normally,
again somehow. Tom just
I
does
wanted
it.
Plants to win it. I really wanted Plants to win it.
to be honest, I wanted Jess to get second, because I wanted her to share my my pain. And statistically, I'm still the best plant player in the world, so I will take that with me. That's all that matters to me.
What, Marcus? What have you won?
I was a
Marcus
local.
Marcus did it once. He did it once. He may have won all of the games, but he did it once. But yeah, I'm really happy with how everyone did, and yeah, shout out to everyone that did well. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Brotherhood Games. They vended. I don't have them on me, or maybe I do.
Oh, the zone mark.
The zone
Yeah.
blockers. Although it may not be as relevant now. I thought it was a really good idea just to like do it before do it for this event. So if you got them, sick. If you didn't, sorry, we didn't print enough. It was very last minute.
Actually, more viable as business cards now that you don't need to give each person like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Well, now you can only zone. You can only really block one zone, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's one business card.
But and thanks for everyone that came to talk to us about I mean, even if to ask about that or to talk about the podcast, UK events are always fun. We do get a lot of people chatting about the stuff we do, and it's always nice to get recognized and get feedback. We're trying to be slightly more consistent. Hopefully, we'll do it for this trash between Nets and Heroes, and yeah.
There's a good few events ahead, so I feel like we can do at least maybe a half an hour podcast if we're lucky. But yeah, if anyone else got anything else to say? Calm. Thanks. Oh my god, you man are bozos. But thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.